Welcome back. This is Chef Vicky Ratnani. And you know what? This recipe is such an amazing recipe because it's got memories of my friends coming over. And literally this recipe is stolen from my friend's mum. And it's called Auntie Rashida ke Chapli Kebab. Now for the chapli kebab, I'm going to be using my favorite Imami Healthy and Tasty Ultra Light soybean oil because it's absolutely neutral. Now this recipe comes from Pakhtoon, okay? It's like very popular in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, and it's a very popular street food even now. In fact, on most of my pop-ups, I love to do the chapli kebab. Now first things first, let's start toasting our spices. And so we have here some coriander seeds, about a tablespoon. We've got a little bit of kasuri methi as well. We have a little bit of ajwain, which we'll add here. And we have some cumin seeds over here, okay? Now these are the ones I'm going to be grinding eventually later. And along with this, I have a little bit of anardana, okay, which is dried pomegranate seeds, which is used a lot in the northeast frontal province. Also, it gives a very nice khatan to it. It gives a nice texture to this. So I'm just putting some anardana seeds here as well, which I'm going to coarsely grind. Also, in the meanwhile, I'm going to just chop this green chili while my other things get toasted nicely. So I think I'm just going to add one green chili, and I have about 250 grams of chicken mince. You can also make this with lamb, goat, and also with paneer as well. Now there is another ingredient which is used also as like a binder along with the egg. So I have got this besan. I like to use besan because it gives a nice flavor actually to this chapli kebab, okay? So this is done, nicely toasted. I'm going to drop these here right now. Beautiful. In the same pan which I've toasted my spices, I'm going to be putting about almost like a teaspoon and a half of besan powder in this, okay? So this we're going to halka isko hum ise sek karenge. A lot of the kebabs, they use toasted besan or roasted chana dal ka uska powder bana ke they use it. It gives a really nice good body to it, gives it really nicely, puts it together. So I'm going to be grinding this right now. I've got all my spices along with my anardana, which I'm kind of give this into a very coarse kind of masala here. Thodi si haldi jayegi, about half a teaspoon of haldi, and I'm going to be adding about 1 teaspoon of some red chili powder in this. अभी हमारा मसाला भी ग्राइंड हो गया है, हमारा बेसन भी भून गया अच्छी तरह. ब्राउन कर लेते हैं, हल्का सा कलर कर लेते हैं इसको. And you know when you get this really nice toasty, lentil-y kind of flavor, this means that our besan has also been toasted nicely, okay? Don't go too dark on it, don't burn it a little bit. Our besan inside here as well. Now some recipes, they also add chopped onions inside this. They add like chopped tomatoes. Some people like to put the sliced tomato when they are cooking the chapli, and that's what I'm actually going to be doing. So we have our lovely kebab masala here. I also like to use sometimes is a yellow chili powder, which they use a lot in UP and MP for their kebabs. I'm giving it to you as an optional, but even yellow chili powder is ultimate in this. So abhi hum thodi si barik kati hui, about a teaspoon and a half of ginger, and I've got about 2 teaspoons of garlic in here. I also have some lovely dhania, yani ke coriander, okay, which is one of my favorite spices. I completely loves धनिया. So we have our धनिया को हमने chop कर लिया है अभी यहाँ पे. A little bit of lovely salt on the top, lovely. अगर आप दो चीजें absolutely आप संभालोगे ना, जो आपका तेल है और जो आपकी नमक है, if you take care of that, you know what, life is sorted. अभी हम इसमें डालेंगे एक अंडा. Now, absolutely unapologetically, I'm going to be making this lovely by hand. Now, ये जो है ना, जो चपली कबाब का जो mixture है, it's a very nice wetish kind of thing going on here, okay? It's not like your normal tikki ka mixture. Also, You just need to mix it a little bit. So क्या होता है? The besan will also bind it together. Look, see, it's nicely coming together from where it is. So see, literally. And remember, you don't need to really over mix it. And you can see this whole chunky texture. I mean, the anardana, when it bursts in your mouth, oh my God, it's just outstanding. Okay. Now, when it comes to frying, whether it's shallow, mid-deep, very deep, very, very deep, I only use Emami Healthy and Tasty Ultra Light Soybean Oil, hardly any absorption, and best part is, you know what? Very light and neutral flavor. I'm going to be dropping some of this here. Now, I could be just grilling these kebabs with a little bit of soybean oil. I could be shallow frying them with them, or I could be deep frying it. I think I'm doing a fairly, I'm doing justice to this. Okay, so we've got a nice medium heat पे. चपली क्यों बोलते हैं यार? There are two stories. चपली means it's flattened, so it looks like a pressed or a smashed kebab. The other thing is that people say that it looks like the front of your foot, the sole of your foot, like a slipper. Okay, so literally the chapli comes from the word chapal. I'm going to be dividing this into literally 3. You can do whatever size you want, and then what I do is, and then I drop it in this. और उसको हम यहाँ से भी ऐसे दबा सकते हैं थोड़ा. लवली चिपक गया, but don't worry, निकल जाएगा और क्या. देखो इतना ब्यूटीफुल सुनहरा कलर है इसका. It's beautifully bound. You have the right amount of besan in it. You know, it's not going to get too clumpy. अभी इस टाइम पर हम क्या करेंगे इसको, ये जो हमारे टमाटर जो है, okay, we take a couple of sliced tomatoes. We're going to be just like that. अभी हम इसे थोड़ी सी धीमी आंच पे डाल देते हैं. Now the tomatoes underneath are being beautifully fried. They become nice and soft, and deliciously it creates another texture on top while you eat it. ये देखिए, first class. Okay, they almost get beautiful. So अभी ये जो चपली कबाब है, you can really eat it with a very nice green chutney. Green chutney के साथ, ketchup के साथ, the way I love to eat it is like chapli kebab in a bun. So मैंने इस पे ऊपर एकदम बटर लगा दिया है. We all set. थोड़े से प्याज कर लेते हैं, thinly slice. Beautiful. और फिर हम beautiful मूली भी डाल देते हैं. मूली gives a very nice flavor. So ये मूली को भी हम स्लाइस करके बिल्कुल. और अभी हम इसका थोड़ा सा सलाद बना देते हैं. सलाद, नींबू डालेंगे इसमें. ओके, लवली. थोड़ा सा धनिया. We have some few पुदीना as well in this. अभी हम डालेंगे इसमें थोड़ी सी नमक. डाला. मंत्रा का चाट मसाला तो बनता ही है गुरु, बनता ही है. लाल मिर्च का पाउडर, वो भी मंत्रा का ही है. और हमारा शानदार सा कोई कचुम्बर which you can use even in other times is ready. Okay, so I could do a green chutney. आज मैंने बनाई नहीं है, लेकिन मेरे if you scroll down and you'll see I have some really nice videos where we've done a fantastic green chutney for you, so you can always go and check it out. Okay, तो अभी हम इसमें डालेंगे थोड़ा सा कचुम्बर. इसमें हमने थोड़ा सा मक्खन भी डाल दिया है. And here I have my lovely चपली कबाब. मैं उसे beautifully cooked, nice and moist, डाल दिया मैंने. And then we have a little bit of मज़ा. थोड़ा सा नींबू भी डाल दिया हमने. नाइस. थोड़ा सा पुदीना. और हमारा चपली कबाब बन रेडी है. एक अभी हम यहाँ पे रखते हैं. सिमिलर फैशन में हम दूसरा भी बना लेते हैं. So my fantastic ultra light chapli kebab in a bun is ready. If you like this recipe, do cook it, share it, let me know what you think.